It's Tabletop Time! And I'm Dave, and I am the GM of our little adventure into the 80s and the fantasy worlds imagined by children in the 80s, known as A Call to Quest.
And I am Elle. I am a player in one of these wonderful worlds, playing Meg and Katori, the lovely fox lady.
I'm Jen, and I'm playing Callum and Celestia.
I'm Murray. I am playing the fairly theatrical Melvin and the equally bombastic wizard Oswald.
And the adventures of Oswald, Melvin, Callum, Celestia, Meg, Katori, Dylan, and of course Hendrax are all held aloft upon the shoulders of giants, not in the fantasy world, but in the real world. Those giants are the patrons of Tabletop Time Roleplay. It wouldn't be possible to produce this content without our patrons. It is a small endeavor and 100% exists because of generous patron support. So if you'd like to check out our many numerous updates, take part, perhaps get a chance to be a cameo NPC in our games, consider checking out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
Yeah, talking about Patreon, another great perk is you get to see more about Gateway Roleplay, which is a system we are using for the game that we're playing today. So if you want some juicy details and secrets, you can find it
Crash Gateway.
at Patreon or gatewayroleplay.com.
If you don't want to catch us on YouTube, or you can't catch us because you're doing something else like working, we are also a podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. Listen us to while you travel, eat, and work, rest, or even sleep. We can send you off to Betty Bites.
Jen always falls asleep listening to a podcast or some equivalent YouTube video.
It's my guilty pleasure.
And I need perfect silence.
We should do like
It's kind of hilarious.
a Patreon thank you at the end where it's just ASMR.
It's really funny. I never suspect this. It is the weirdest opposite thing from me. But I occasionally get this kind of quiet, like, can I ask a favor? I'm like, what is it? One small favor for an orphan child. And I'm like, what? Can you please turn the sound on your phone while you play that mobile game in bed? And I'm like, what? Yeah, because I can't go to sleep to any noise. Jen needs noise.
I need some type of noise.
Okay.
Anyway.
You need him to snore.
Oh, I snore.
Well,
If I drink alcohol, I snore. It relaxes the
this
throat.
is a tangent.
However, if you want something a bit more physical, or you just want to support us because we're cool people, we have a merch store.
Oh my gosh.
Pick up some shirts, some STL files if that's your thing, but also posters themed to the different adventures that we've had here at Tabletop Time Roleplay.
And
Murray is displaying. Look at that.
Murray's
that
totally
beautiful.
displaying that.
Yeah.
It's Murray that's doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally Murray.
Talking
Look
about
at
the
Melvin.
shirt, Dave.
Melvin's so close to the merch, he's pogging out.
And also something I found really funny that I've never noticed before, that if you scroll to the bottom of the page, it says It's Tabletop Time is on Instagram, which is almost a lie because we post maybe once every quarter. And I just noticed this really sassy, like, sort of selfie picture of Jen that I don't think I've ever seen before, and I love it. So if you want to check that out, go to It's Tabletop Time.
Why are you just
Jen's like,
calling me out?
That's not supposed to be there.
That's being pulled from my personal account without my permission.
No.
And you know what else is being pulled from my personal account without my permission? This Segway. It was an electric Segway, remember them? And it's taking us straight into the 80s. We ready?
Solid.
Because we're going to adventure. But tonight's episode of Call to Quest is launching directly in the adventure. I don't know why that mic ducked me out so hard.
Wrong button.
It wasn't me, I promise.
We're not really going to
Directly
the
in
80s.
the adventure. As we pick up where we left off last episode. It looks very adventurous. Where are we headed?
Somewhere spooky.
We are headed, of course, to the town of Overhill.
Where is it?
It's over a hill. It's near Tideturn Tower. It's actually on the southern part of the continent, of the Kingdom of Saxonia. I think that I just pulled that from somewhere. I don't know why I said that. That's not what it's called.
I mean, you had me believing in it.
Did I? But I think I just stole that from someone else.
You could have kept talking and everyone would have nodded. And
No, it's the Kingdom of Sabathia. It's Black Sabbath. But I don't know what Saxonia is from something,
maybe
and
like
my
a
brain
saxophone.
just Anyway,
Saxonia.
this is a really great in-character intro. Lucky we haven't fully started yet. So Overhill is a town on the southern part of the kingdom of Sabathia, at the entrance to the lovely Rift Stream Canal, which separates the northern and southern continents. Our adventuring party in the last episode crossed over the chords of creation, met with Gideon at Tidetone Tower, and were directed. They connected back up with Katori, who had been cast down on a bolt of lightning by the electric ladies from the Storm Maiden Temple.
She got there in a flash.
A Flash Gordon, and have been basically told that the Storm Maidens are holding off the evil forces of Vorath the Ruinbringer, and you have time to partake in effectively a little bit of saving the day, as the town of Overhill has had some nasty rumors of a sea monster and some horrible storms. And as the party crosses over the last hill, they get a glimpse down into this town. It's a dark, stormy day. It is midday, but so much coastal blanketing grey cloud storms are blocking light that it almost feels like twilight. There are churning grey waters and sea spray lapping up against the docks of a relatively small fishing town. It's not tiny, but it's not big. You can see that there are no people on the outskirts wandering around, and even from this distance, the shapes of bent masts and cracked ships up against rocks surround the town and also dominate its piers and jetties towards the coastline. It does not look like a wealthy town, and it looks like it's seen better days.
Yeah, if my memory serves me, there is one particular whale that had washed up.
Yes, there is a whale
And
carcass.
something eating ships.
There is rumor of something eating ships. So, we commence. Dear party, what do?
I feel like a bit of saving the day is in order. Do we agree?
Yes, I think it's about time that we made good on protecting some people, since we couldn't the last time. I don't see anyone around. Hopefully they're simply hiding in their town. And they're not all gone.
What time is it?
You believe it's sort of afternoon.
Okay. It's very quiet. This is not, does not bode well.
We should press on with haste, but perhaps with some caution.
Yes. I would like to look around to see if I can see any movement, any people.
Make an acuity wisdom check.
Acuity wisdom.
I mean, you can call if you don't want to use acuity, would you like to use a different skill?
I would love to use
Cool.
acuity.
I keep it. It is your task to tell me what you want to roll, as that is how it works in Gateway Roleplay.
Remove that
Sorry, that one was
dice,
for Phil.
Mary?
Ah, yes.
There is a straight dice. Okay.
I'll remove it for you.
What was the challenge rating?
Yes.
Hey!
So, despite the fact that usually we declare a challenge rating, personally, it is my flavor in every game I do perception or equivalent in to basically just what you get is what you get. So the more successes, it's not like you need,
Gotcha.
unless you're looking because you're not saying like, I want to find a needle in a haystack, then it's a challenge level. I throw a needle in a haystack, I want to find it, challenge level. But if it's like, I want to gather information, how much information do you gather? So you note no comings or goings. There's no one moving between buildings. There is the creak of wood as signs rattle in the wind. And houses seem to be even boarded shut with window shutters drawn tightly closed and doors barred.
Katori, do you spot anything?
No people. No movement.
Okay. Shall we check?
Eerily quiet.
Shall we check the closest house?
You just want to rap on the window? Maybe we sneak up. Yeah. Sneak up quietly.
We'll check for lights or movement first.
I couldn't see anything.
There is some of the houses probably like a third of the houses, there is like the glow of candlelight or torchlight coming through cracks between barred windows. It's not like no one is here.
You are good with talking with the people.
Well, I mean, if we can find anyone, then
Let's go
Sure.
to nearest house with the lights on.
I'm also exemplary at talking to people.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Not a few individuals. Right.
Naming no names.
No, of course not.
No.
Right. Let's go to the first house.
Let's go.
Do you wander on up to the first house?
And just with my staff, I'll sort of like softly just give it like a knock that was like definitely something that, you know, a human, a sentient person would make. Not, you know, that couldn't possibly be like something creepy a monster would do.
What is it? Who are you?
Are you all right in there?
Yeah, yes. Oh, I don't want any business.
We're travelers.
I'll travel on. Jog on.
We're here to help.
Would you like to convince him of that?
Absolutely. I will.
Here's my card.
I
shoves
will.
on the door.
if he's able to look out, I will make a strong hero pose to look like I'm very helpful.
So
Using-
your authority, or are you going to use the physicality?
Can I use like power? Or is that
to look, you
look
could.
stronger?
I'm going to get you use power. You're going to have to mix it
Are you
with
gonna do this like, in front
charisma.
of the window or
Yep.
something?
Yep.
So
Can I use a bit of wizardly power to basically cast a strong light point to basically like just make her a silhouette?
We are heroes here to help.
okay, so I'm going to get you to use. We're going to go power, which is what you chose,
Yep.
to show off your physicality.
Yep.
But then roll charisma with it.
Okay.
Because the balance of this decision is: do you look intimidating or do you look helpful and heroic? And that's all in how you, because you're like making yourself big and standing up in front of the door. So when he peeks out, either you're going to be like this nightmare or you're going to be like the hero that's saving the
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
And whatever the effect is, it is amplified by glow of radiant magic.
Challenge rating, or is this just rolling to see?
So this will be challenge rating. We'll say 3 to be very convincing, 2 to be decently convincing.
Okay.
You are a hero after all. You're not what he fears.
That is
3.
3.
3
Yeah.
successes.
Oh my days! An actual useful adventurer. Oh, I'm still not opening the door. What can I do for you though?
And you see like slats peek up and this sort of fisherman looking guy, maybe a bit old now to go out on the seas much, but probably does a bunch of rope work on the docks.
We are here regarding information on a big monster. Have you seen a big monster anywhere?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I have.
When and where?
Oh, well, might I tell you, where did my D20 go?
Someone confiscated my dice. Oh my god. That was a 20. That was a crit.
Nice.
Well, you see, it was yesterday afternoon, approximately 2:22. Yeah, about
very
4
accurate
knots. At about a south-southwest heading,
Fascinating.
there was a ship, the Emerald Spring. Oh, risky. Going out once everyone else had docked. This was before the big wave came, of course. And, yes, I saw it with my very own eyes as I was doing the nets at the dock. A big beast crashed from the water and snapped it in half.
What did the beast look like?
Well, it looked like a big, sharp-toothed, lizardy leviathan thing. Like a shark with arms.
Oh dear.
Massive thing. Anyway, as it launched itself out of the water and crashed back down, it made a rather large wave, and I ran.
You must be very fast.
Well, you don't make it to happy hour at the tavern every night without a bit of a jog on you when the bell rings for work ending.
Touche.
And what happened to the rest of the people here? Are they also simply hiding?
Yeah, everyone's decided to stick inside until the worst passes. Hopefully the Crimson Guard send a battalion down here and sort it all out.
Or we could fix the problem for you and be on our way.
Okay.
Saves the whole guard coming down, right?
Well, I think there's a crate of harpoons down by the ocean if you want to go out and swim out and try and kill that giant leviathan, but I don't know you'd be able to. No, I think it was maybe 500 meters long. Big serpent.
Has it come back, or was this just the one-time thing?
Oh, this is the most recent. Well, it's been ravaging ships for the last week. Never seen anything like it. Good thing I don't go out on the boats anymore.
I admit my throwing arm is not the best.
Yes, I think swimming is also going to be a problem.
Perhaps we need to lure it somewhere.
Is there anyone else in town that perhaps can tell us more about this creature?
Told us the exact time. That was pretty impressive.
Yes, but the creature may have a name or maybe a characteristic that may help us defeat it.
Maybe a special type of person they like to eat.
My
Like for
friends, Hendrax says,
Oh.
stepping forth. I do think that perhaps a great sea leviathan is beyond us. But I suspect its appearance is no coincidence. It's likely it's connected to Vorath himself. So if we can deal with the cause, we'll deal with the sea beast. We should find out if anyone's been attacked at shore. Surely this town can survive a few weeks without boats going out, young men dying.
Oh,
But
One
what
will
about
hope.
our side quest?
all right.
Perhaps there's something else that's been distressing these people even more of late.
What could possibly distress these people more than a 500-foot-long shark with arms?
You do have keen senses. What are you seeing?
Oh, well,
The voice comes from the door.
oh yeah, there was that screaming in the night last night. That was unusual. Down by the docks.
And it wasn't related to any monster.
Oh, there's been a lot of screaming, but most of that's been waves caused by the great beast. A lot of people have lost their lives and livelihood in the past few days, but the beast, it's so large it can't come close to the shore. You're only at a risk if you go out in the larger boats.
So this screaming was more novel than the rest, was it?
Well, it was much closer.
What direction did it come in?
Down by the docks.
All right. We will proceed in that direction then, sir.
Thank you.
What were you going to say?
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
You were going to say something.
It's fine.
Celestia stands there with all eyes turned to her.
Was it a female or a male scream?
Well, at first I thought it was male, and then it sounded a lot more female.
What's your name, good sir?
My name?
Yes.
Gorak. My
Oh.
father was an orc.
Oh. A strong name, Gorak.
Oh, yeah. Don't have green skin, though.
No. I can't actually tell in the
take your
dark.
word for it.
Yes. We can't see you through the curtain.
Perfectly regular skin colours on me. Yep.
Okay.
Plot twist, he's the monster.
The like splat on the window slightly slides down more and conceals
I think we should go.
from inside.
Yeah, the facade of the wall just falls over and it's just a big sea monster eye being like,
For the record, that was a joke. You do not hear muffled sounds from inside.
Scream.
All right. This man was of most help, and we shall proceed on down towards the docks.
Sounds good.
All right. You wander through the mostly empty towns. You do occasionally spot sort of a person dart from a building to a building, but everyone's keeping off the streets. Everyone's keeping to themselves.
that's sort of like the window shutter creaking open for a look and then slapping
Snapping shut. Yeah, there's clearly people here, but they're extremely wary.
I'm like
You-
whipping my head around, looking at everyone. Making sure.
You make your way down to the docks and you see a sight of devastation. There have clearly been serious incidents here. There is a lot of wood, broken ships cracked up against the stone of the jetties, smaller boats broken and cracked. The entire like the town sort of heads downhill as you get towards the coast, but once you get to the part where it actually has a few stairs going down to jetties and piers, it's just ruined. Like they're completely disheveled, and there's broken wood, broken detritus, things that have been washed far up streets. Even the lower houses that were sort of right down by the water are destroyed, completely collapsed by looks like massive tidal activity, big tsunami. And yeah, you arrive down by the docklands.
Is a giant whale there?
It's sort of off on the outskirts of town, just
okay.
rotting away. Yeah.
Is there like a shipwreck, like wreckage stuff that we can look through?
It's mostly sort of people's small fishing boats and things like that that are cracked and half sunk, masts poking out of the water, and wooden crates, empty boxes, netting just smashed and thrown around. There's nothing. It seems like the townsfolk have taken everything useful. It probably happened a day or two ago.
Yeah, and by that logic, there's probably like no one trapped under there if they rifled through for.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like it's happened recently, or like it's happened recently, but not in the last few hours. And there's no one screaming or crying or anything.
All right, is there any building nearby that isn't simply just a house, like a tavern or some sort of like?
So everything down at the
commerce,
docks
that
is
could be
pretty
a-
much destroyed and abandoned. Even the houses, sort of 2 or 3 houses up, there seems to be no lights in them, and they all have signs of water damage, even physical damage with walls cracked and roofs, shingles thrown apart. Basically, the whole bottom area of the town is just devastated.
If these screams are a regular thing, maybe we need to wait for it to happen again. At the time it's been happening. Like, was it at night? Did he say it was at night?
I believe he said it was during the night, yes.
So maybe we have to lay on wait.
Possibly, but that also is somewhat unpredictable. It may not occur again.
We almost need to find one of the victims or something, if they're alive.
Perhaps you could try looking for clues, says Hendrax.
That is a solid idea.
Yes. Possibly tracks or something left here, something taken. If that's possible to determine amongst all the wreckage and the looting. So tracks might be our best bet.
Would you like to look for tracks, and I will sniff around
I can attempt that.
like a fox?
Sort of illuminate a little bit so I can look at the ground better, and I'll busy myself with a bit of gruff mumbling to myself.
And you will roll a check that requires you to roll. What would you like to roll?
I will go.
I feel like we've done so many
Investigation.
talking episodes. It's like, okay, let's roll dice.
Ollie.
It's roll dice time.
Madness.
Pick skill.
Yeah, investigation.
Investigation. Okay, well, you're going to need a little bit of your intuition here. So you're going to use wisdom. So investigation wisdom as you search around, sort of taking your time, leaning in close. You don't really need to rely on those keen senses for this. It's more about spotting patterns, knowing the way things flow, the way things move. But we're going to look for, what you're looking for is a challenge level of 3.
All right.
2 successes. So that will be a fail unless you would like to use knack or grit. Well, knack is the only one you can do.
You know what? I've been somewhat annoyed and left bereft by being foiled by Gideon twice now. So I want to make up for this and actually show, I've still got it. So I will use a knack.
Okay, so expending a point of knack, which you get 1 back when you sleep in a comfy bed, which you might get to do if you rescue some town folks. You get to add +1
Perks
success.
of the job.
Yep. And you get 3. So looking around, Oswald sort of is looking down, following the patterns of destruction, and you suddenly spot a snagged tear of clothing. There's a sort of a reef of linen that's been torn from something, and it feels out of place with the rest of the the mess. And the reason for that is as you're sort of wandering around and looking, there's steps that are leading a bit lower to a sub-level, sort of more down towards the rocks and the sand and shale of the ocean. As some stone piers and jetties, you can sort of walk down some stairs and you're on the beach. That's effectively what you're looking at. But as you're looking down in that direction, there's this piece of fabric, and it just stands out as out of place because if it was from the, like, it wouldn't be there, and it's dry relatively. It wouldn't be there in that position if it was there when the wreckage happened. It would have been washed into a corner. It's like right in the middle of the path and like loosely sitting there. It doesn't look like it's been thrown about, thrashed about. It looks like it's something new. And you can sort of see it direct you by where it's come from to head down towards the beach.
All right, I'll walk up to it, and initially I'll sort of like give it a poke, like move it around with the butt of my staff to see what it is. And then after basically determining what it is, I'm going to pick it up and examine it.
As you lift it and turn it in your hands, you see the brown specks or slashes of dried blood around some of its peripheries.
The blood of humans, a civilian, perchance?
You wouldn't be able to determine the source of the blood, but it does look mammalian. It looks human or mammal. Yeah, it's not like monster blood or something.
Yeah.
What have your keen eyes seen?
I found some material. It looks decidedly out of place here. It may be something.
A clue.
Yes, a clue.
We like those.
And
Is it a big piece of cloth or
It's-
little?
Relatively, like you would be able to scrunch it in your hand.
Okay.
rag, wash
Yeah.
rag sort of sized. Can I tell anything odd about its make? Is it unique in
It
any
looks to be
fashion?
clothing, like a piece of sort of
Yeah.
fairly common linen clothing.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
fairly
smell it?
standard.
You can. It's not like, what would you like to determine?
If
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I'll
What are you
bring
rolling?
the rest of the
like,
party.
well, I feel like it would be acuity.
Okay, you can roll acuity.
But if it smells like regular fishy beach smell or
Acuity wisdom.
unusual
So,
fishy.
Yeah, acuity wisdom.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to? Oh, no, I can roll.
I'm going to say acuity intelligence.
Acuity intelligence. Okay.
You're going to
Cool.
get a data point and identify it.
Cool. Make sure I did that. That is 4 successes.
That is plenty. That was actually the insane
Nice.
challenge rating I was going to...
Suggest.
You inhale a few times.
Yeah, well done.
You smell the hint of... There's old sweat, but not of someone who doesn't bathe a lot, just a regular amount that has definitely got a hint of masculine to it. So there's a male, like an adult worker, like work clothes of a man,
She's just like licking it and like
with hints.
spit.
Sort of moving my fingers further and further away. Sort of like,
There is the smell of ocean and salt on the cloth, but not the pungent connection to fish that you would expect from a fisherman, which gives a hint that this
Okay.
person wasn't a fisherman and they were a male.
I am smelling. It smells like a man.
see that.
It is definitely a man. Man smell.
Sorry.
Not you.
Oh.
Your old man smell.
oh,
This is man smell. And it doesn't smell like fisherman though. It smells like rocks. Boats. Those boats. I don't think the person who was taken was a fisherman. Smell. You can try if you want.
I believe you.
There you go.
My nose is
smell that?
large, but it
You
is
smell that?
clearly not up to your foxy lady abilities.
One day. Keep
Oh.
trying. You'll get there.
If I look up, is there any more blood trailing anywhere else?
There's some specks that lead down onto the beach.
I'm going to follow them.
So Celestia
Oh.
silently leads the way.
Gone.
I think I've see something. The blood, it continues.
Follow.
Let's go.
So Celestia takes some steps down. Leading the way, Celestia, you walk down onto the rocky parts of the beach, stepping through the crunch of stones, watching some little crabs scuttle through the detritus.
Yeah, I'll direct my light to better illuminate the trail.
Is it dry blood?
Yes. You're not so much following anything other than your instinct. Once you get onto the beach, you don't really see more spots, but you've got that sort of curiosity where you start to push into an area. You start to like duck under beams because there's broken stuff everywhere and look around. You just have that sense. And after ducking under one of the piers and pushing through to the other side to a little area of the beach that is now, you can't get there anymore. The pier, the wooden pier and the stairs are destroyed and a house has collapsed over it. So the only way to get to it is actually the way you took, like going under a jetty at low tide. It's currently low tide. You get to the other side and you see the shape of a human body face down in the sand and stone.
Oh my goodness. I run over to the body.
Yeah, sprint.
You reach it. As soon as you do, you can already tell instantly from the pallor of the skin that this person is deceased and has been for so long that you won't be able to help them.
Is it a guy's body?
It does look like an adult male's body from the back, but it is actually kind of indeterminate. They have medium length hair and yeah, but judging from the scent you picked up, you feel like there is a tear of shirt missing from the back.
Should we turn them over?
Yeah, I'll turn him over and see if we can determine the cause of death.
There is a suckling noise as the body is pulled over, and a whole bunch of like sea creatures, crabs and like worms and mollusks all crawl away. And who is turning it over?
Me.
I'm going to get you.
Just stick to your stuff. So like,
Yeah, leverage.
Prod it. Use your thighs.
I'm going to get you to make a mind and body
Oh. Uh-oh.
check.
Oh, goodness.
Mind and body.
Which
check.
isn't something we've ever done before, but we're playtesting a game system that I'm co-writing, so I'm making it up.
You can do what you want.
We used to have resistance stats and we got rid of them, but I kind of like the idea, so we're playing with it.
Okay.
I mean, we do have a resistance stat.
Yeah,
It's
there's one
different
there.
though. So the resistance stat is about your physical endurance and your ability to like a resistance, like tug of war or something, holding a plank. This is different. This is like
this is like Eldritch horror sort of.
yes,
Yeah.
cool.
Kind of like Call of Cthulhu
right.
stuff. Woo.
3 successes.
Nice.
Oswald, you not only you sort of half turn the body. You're kneeling down. You're in front of the group. I'm also going to get you to make. Can you make a wisdom empathy check?
Whoa.
Empathy. Okay.
And can I know both of your empathies, Celestia and Katori?
I'm 2 in empathy.
1.
Challenge level 2.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Failed.
Oh, no.
1 success. Okay. Oswald, you peel this body over and failing to read the situation or sort of see the nuance in perhaps
Curiosity got the better of me.
perhaps protecting the other people of your party from what you had immediately seen. The body is thrown onto its back and exposed for all to see. And as this is not Reboot, this is not an R-rated, gritty horror story.
Like, this is the fun story.
Suffices to say, it's very yucky. It looks like this person has been eaten and by a monster of some description. But it's a very confronting sight that you all see. And Oswald was just sort of like, "Whoop! There you go! Oh, wow! Look at that!"
Put it back. Can I flip it back over?
Yes, you can flip it back over.
I don't hold out much hope for his recovery.
I think he's dead.
So with the flopping and suckling and scuttling of sea creatures, and with all that flipping, a notebook flings free from a hand that was half sort of clasped in, and when you flipped him over and flipped him back, this notebook like rattled out of the hands. It's half wet on the lower side as it's sort of been sitting on wet rocks. But he'd clearly been clutching it quite tightly.
I'll grab it.
You grab a weathered leather journal. There's a little clasp on it.
I'll open it.
Still
Pop it
far
open.
too taken up by the weirdly missing bits of man. Like, would you look at that?
Flipping through it.
Yes.
Can I get you to make an understanding check? We'll go understanding. Just understanding intelligence.
Fantastic.
That's a big brain. This one's all big brain.
I'm not
That
the
time we get some
person for this.
intelligence-based rolls up in here.
If only I had brains hidden in my biceps, then we'd be fine.
Be a novel location.
Oh no!
Popeye had those.
Should I roll it
in his
again?
forearm, so just roll the one that. Oh, you.
Hey! We could
I need to
keep
give
it.
you challenge ratings, don't I? Before
I don't
we
know
roll.
if you want me to ask before I roll.
I just need to remember to do it.
Okay.
But conveniently,
Well, I
I'm
got
just
two.
going to say it was 2 because that's how many successes you got, and I want to give you information.
Give me the goods.
Convenient.
So, flipping through the pages, Katori, you find detailed maritime sketches, and the reason you needed to big brain this is to know what it was you were looking at. There's tidal charts. There's beautiful sketches of the coastline at different times of tide, but also with the time marked out, and basically a whole bunch of sea level observations and beautiful, really well done. It's clear that this man was both very gifted as an artist, but also, quite clever. But as you flip through them all, a dried sprig of a flower falls out from one of the pages.
I'll catch it. He's a very good drawer. I will inspect the flower. And I'll pass you the book if you'd like to look at it.
Yeah, sure. I'll flip through.
You look through and observe and look at the flower.
Can I smell the flower?
You can.
Yeah. She likes to use her
Same
nose.
check again. It was acuity.
check again.
Was it acuity wisdom?
Oh, the same sniffing one.
This one's acuity wisdom, not intelligence. The other one was acuity.
Okay.
The other one was acuity intelligence.
Yeah. Cool.
This one's a bit of wisdom.
Okay. It's
Ooh,
only one success.
You don't smell anything. It's been dry for too long, and sort of polluted by the smell of the sea.
I don't know what this is. It's flower.
Is it mentioned in the notebook anywhere?
No.
Do I know what the flower is?
I give to you.
I'll take it.
It look pretty in your
Would
hair.
you like to make a check?
Sure.
Like to tell me what you'd like to roll?
Perhaps it was of significance to him. Maybe a gift from a family member or something. Or maybe he just likes pressing flowers.
Intuition.
Okay.
What does my gut tell me?
Intuition, intelligence.
Woohoo! 3 dice.
Challenge level 3. Missed it by that much.
oh my.
You don't know what
Cool.
this flower is. An uncommon flower.
Oswald, have you seen this before?
Do I just at face value recognize the flower?
No.
Yeah.
All right. I will take it and examine it for
Some
like
blue flower.
blue flower. Blue flower?
Yeah. The blue flower.
red thorns. Blue
For
flower, red
any-
thorns.
Maybe
Brass key. Candle.
candle at midnight. Yeah.
This is a reference to a D&D campaign where we went on a 1.5 year long side quest in a full D&D campaign to find the origins of this lost flower. All to find out it was completely pointless, and it was just a pseudo dragon's name. Its name was Blue Flower.
because it was spelled out in images.
They send
mentally.
you images, and it was just sending this mental image of this flower all the time. We're like, what is the significance? And we like hunted to the ends of the earth as like mid-level adventurers. What a tangent from our mid-level adventure. But anyway,
Amazing.
Yeah, perhaps it is used for potions or something, or some sort of alchemy. Therefore, I might know what kind of flower it is, and possibly some significance from it. So, with that sort of usage of it, I want to say understanding, like what the flower could be used for.
Cool. And we're going to pair it with wisdom.
Okay.
Basically the opposite check to what Jen just did. Challenge level's still 3 though.
You got this. Oh my goodness.
There we go. We got 3.
Thankfully.
3 successes. All right, you find that this particular plant, you kind of think back, and you have in your very long years seen it before. It's called cave brine bloom, which is quite a rare flower that only grows on the southern coasts of the Kingdom of Sabathia and only in still caves and grottos.
I see. Curiously, we're on the south.
You know a bit more about that. So they're a plant, they're a flower that's salt resistant and actually grows half in the water and half like it's in the water at low tide. At highest tide, and they're pollinated by fish. So they have a bell on the end of it, very beautiful, and they kind of bloom open, and all these little fireflies in the caves go in and get the pollen in the flower while it's blooming at nighttime. But then at the nighttime high tide, the bottom of them droops into the water, and these fish shoot up and eat the bugs, and this pollen in them is extremely sticky, and it's used in some regions. That's why you know it, because it has this really sticky property, almost like a glue, and it sticks on the faces of the fish. And then they as they're at high tide, these little fish in these small pools in grottos swim up into the flowers. They pollinate all the different flowers. It's a really peculiar pollination process that requires the eating of insects. Why they do it like that, who knows? It's a fantasy world. Okay. There's your random tidbit of information. One day, one of you out there watching will be 65, and you'll just remember cave brine bloom, and you'll be like, why is this taking space in my brain?
This is a peculiar flower. It is used for its alchemical properties in binding. It is found in the southern caves of the continent. However, I don't believe it would be growing anywhere nearby, as we have been moving north, and we are on the east coast, I believe.
You're on the south coast.
Oh my goodness.
We are not moving north at a rapid pace.
You are moving north, but you've just crossed.
A side quest.
I can show you.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've seen a map where we are.
I can show you.
I think I've seen it once.
We can go like this.
Pull out the world map.
Is it this one? No, that's camera. What one is it? No. I don't know how to get there.
What the
I swear it's
computer
this
screen?
one. How do you change?
You found it before.
How do you change the camera in that one? Oh god. Oh god. Full screen.
It's fine.
What's this
You
one?
Can't find it.
What's this one? Hey. Hey. There you go. So you have gone from Midnight Lamp, and you've gone across the Gods of Creation, and you've gone and you've gone to Titan Tower.
We've got the southern coast.
And you are now in Overhill, and you're in
Wow, I
this
had this
region
whole
here.
map flipped the other way around for some reason. That's really
So
funny.
you've travelled north from the Firewatch Tower. You've gone along here. You've gone to Crosstown Tower. That's Crosstown where you sort of started, and you kind of ran down here, came back up here, gone along the bottom of the spine. That's the Shield Maiden Temple. Storm Maiden Temple, Midnight Lamp, boop, 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 boop. That's where you are now.
Well, in that case,
This flower can actually be found quite nearby. Perhaps it is somewhere that this person frequented. That might explain why he's out here. It may be a clue to how he was found, or perhaps he was just another victim here. But at this point, it's kind of our only clue.
Can I see what the most recent date in the book was?
It was last night.
And what's the drawing of from last night?
Looks like the coast at nighttime, about midnight, high tide.
The coast that we're on currently.
Yeah, well, not the exact, but you're very close by, you'd assume, because most of the things are depicted the same.
And what's the entry previous to that?
It's just a couple of days prior.
So this is from last night.
There's also the fact that you have this knowledge of this journal, and someone might know who would have possessed it. If you care.
Maybe we do.
Well, I suppose that if they have a partner, they probably want to know that their partner is.
Especially if this is only last night. Like, they look like they've been dead for a long time, but...
Yeah, we owe them that duty.
Return their notebook and the flower might be important.
We head back.
Okay, head into town. You sort of walk up the stairs carrying the notebook.
Is there a name in the notebook?
No.
Okay.
But it doesn't take you long to finally bump into someone who's sort of like, if you're looking for people to talk to.
Yeah, definitely. There would definitely be an oddity that we would seek
Yeah.
out.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. It is a fine beard you have there.
Ah, thank you. My name's Fern. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Fern.
And he's got this smile of just like way too happy with himself. He's got fishing lures in a new hat that he's wearing. You can see his green vest poking out from underneath a brown fishing vest that he's put over the top. He's got a fishing harpoon.
You are not keeping to your dwelling like everyone else appears to be.
You look very happy out here.
Ah, I follow the adventure.
Oh,
And the adventure is you.
You're an adventurer.
No, I'm more of a follower of adventurers. I see you found a book.
We have found a book and really good drawings and this pretty flower.
unfortunately, we also found the owner.
Yes. You don't want to see
And
that.
he's not doing great.
No.
I don't suppose you know many of the people here. Are you from this town? Or
I'm from all around, all kinds of places. And I could help you if you wanted old Fern's help.
You know what? We haven't had many offers yet, so certainly.
Is there an insight equivalent?
He has a
intuition.
fine beard. He must be an
Intuition?
upstanding gentleman.
I want to see if he's hiding something. Maybe.
I'm just going to straight up ask.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want in return?
You must answer me a riddle.
I knew there was a catch.
Go. No one ever says yes. What do you mean yes? Yes to the riddle?
You're not going to help us, are you? Honestly.
How
Sorry.
about help first, then riddle?
What? And he like cocks an eyebrow. What has 3 fins? Swims in the ocean. And I eat.
3 fins.
Yes.
A fish?
You are clever. Very good. A fish! A
I
fish!
don't know if that was a riddle, but awesome.
It was an excellent riddle.
Oh,
It was a great
fantastic.
riddle.
Yes.
Fantastic
Yes.
riddle.
I couldn't have come up one better myself.
There's no point coming up with obtuse riddles, and people never get them, and you won't be able to help them.
That is a good point.
That is
Oswald's just looking at his
great.
fingers. He's got like 4 fingers up, and he's sort of like. Puts them in his pocket.
So can you help us?
Yes, that journal. I do remember. That's, I think, Landon Finch's. Yes.
Does Landon have a partner?
Yes, his wife, third house up on the left on the hill.
Oh, dear.
Yes, Maris Finch. She lives there.
Did he have any children? By any chance?
Not last time I visited.
Okay, well, this is going to be awkward, but
We should return this.
yes. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. I'll be following along all your exploits.
Oh, just quietly, the monster that has been attacking this town, do you know much about it? The Leviathan, sorry.
Yes, I do. But that is not for you to know.
Could give us another riddle.
Okay. Here we go. What lies at the end of a journey?
The destination?
Anyone got any other answers?
What lies at the end of the journey?
Peace.
Well, let's see. One more chance, Celestia.
A new beginning?
A new beginning. No, the answer was the band Journey. Yes, it's a record. Anyway, goodbye. And he walks off.
What a strange
Fish have
fellow.
4 fins, by the way.
Where's their fourth fin?
2 pectoral fins, 1 dorsal fin, and 1 tail fin.
I knew that. I know.
What the hell, man? How do you know so much about fish?
I mean, biology class?
I thought they had 3, like 2 on the side, 1 on the top, and then their tail doesn't count.
He's
Never listened to biology class, do you?
Well, fine. The fish in Zoso have 3 fins.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know what? I get that. It's a fantasy world, right?
Right? I can just make up anything and it's right. So
Sure.
don't worry too much about Fern. He's not going to tell you any more stuff, okay? He knows a lot of stuff that you guys aren't meant to know, but you roll really well, so.
How do we scare you, Dylan? Just a little?
Look, I'm not used to having players for my game, so this is new to me too. And
Wait, what?
Oh.
Not used to having players. What do you mean?
it's my first time running a
Have
game.
Game without players.
This is your first time? You're doing exceptionally well.
I thought you don't you play with your friends?
Callum, dude,
Well,
I jam with my friends. I don't play nerdy games with them. It's kind of like a big bro, little bro thing.
yeah, right.
Just not their scene.
Yeah, kind of something like that. Anyway, you should probably go and tell that grieving widow that everything's gonna be okay or something, right?
Well, I mean, her husband's dead, but sure.
Yeah.
Lucky she's not real, hey.
Probably a good thing.
Cool.
Fantasy.
All right, and you arrive at the house as Fern disappears into the background.
I won't do the big muscle pose this time.
That's probably a good move.
You should go first. I'm too scared.
Okay.
They will probably react best to you.
This is probably not the right music for this particular scene. This is not what I thought it was.
Katori's gonna be cradling the flower very gently.
Oh, gingerly holding the flower.
Yeah,
I'll
it's like a little peace offering.
I'll knock on the door.
Landon? Landon, is that you?
No, but I do bring news of your husband.
The door is pulled open sharply.
Oh.
And you're confronted with a rather modest-looking fisherwoman or peasant woman from this town.
Evening, ma'am.
Maris, come in. Adventurers.
We don't mean to
Are you sure?
intrude.
She invites you straight in, opens the door. There's a little hearth fire going.
I do love warm places.
Pulls a couple of stools over. You had word of my husband.
Yes, we're here to return this. I pass her the notebook.
We've been investigating the area after all the recent events that you've been through.
She closes her eyes. Where did you get this?
I'm sorry to say, ma'am, that it was on his person when we found him. He, unfortunately, has
Yes,
On the coast.
of course he has.
gone. Of course he has.
You can see she's hiding a lot of pain, but she says, Landon wasn't the sort to run away with other girls, go on big adventures. So when he didn't return home after, all that's happened, I suppose I already knew.
Is he normally on the coast?
Has a wanderlust for art and drawing and
They are beautiful
My land.
drawings.
When was the last time you saw your husband? As I say, take my hat off. And
a few nights ago.
Your head's just pointy.
Yeah, it just comes up to a dome as well. Just snugly fits on.
If you don't mind me asking, we did have a look through his notebook. We were trying to find his name, of course. And we did notice there were some notes on a particular cave, and this flower as well was attached.
Yes, here is the flower.
Oh, the poor fool. That's my favorite flower. He picked it for me the day we got engaged.
This very flower.
Not that one, but he must have been getting me a new one. Our anniversary was soon. The fool. How did he die?
He died an unpainful death. It was very quick. A shot to the heart straight away. Well, not a shot. It was a bit of debris in his heart.
Ooh, make a deception check.
And what?
Wisdom.
I mean, potentially true. Well, we know he's missing half his face.
I'm glad you spoke. I was going to be like, did you hear the screams? He dead.
Challenge level?
3.
I'll use knack. Is that it?
Why?
Because I don't want her to freak out.
She got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got 3. Okay.
Oh, so then it
Sure.
would be draw. Is that right?
No, because it's just challenge level against NPCs.
Yeah. Can I use
Okay,
it?
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Do you perhaps know where this cave is? Perhaps we can find more clues into his death.
I do. Would you like to know?
Please.
Yes, please.
Walk a half mile along the coast to the east. There you'll find rocky terrain that leads down. It's a little bit of a scrabble to get down there, but there's a grotto. The moonlight shines in through a hole in the roof. It's rather beautiful. It's not that far.
You've been there before.
Me and Landon used to go there.
Is that where these flowers grow?
Yes.
Lovely. You hold on to this one then.
He takes it gingerly.
Well, we won't take up too much more of your time. You've been incredibly helpful, ma'am, and again, I am so sorry for your loss.
She just looks downcast.
Yes. We will be in the area, and we're looking to prevent any further calamity to the village.
Or the same thing happening to anyone else. It is the best we can do
Thank you.
for him, for you.
Well, good luck stopping any debris from randomly killing people.
There is certainly a lot, and very widely strewn
Just
around the
debris
place.
flying through the sky.
Sea monster, like, come on, something hard to believe.
We will leave you to yourself and be on our way.
And as you all stand up to leave and take one last look around this very modest dwelling, you spot a sort of drapery of mosquito netting around a small crib in the corner of the room.
Oh no.
With a little slightly moving, stirring in its sleep lump in the bed. As you leave this poor single mother with a newborn child.
Wow. Thanks, Fern. You're a gem.
Head on out.
Thanks, Dylan. Yep, head on out.
All right. Well,
I don't like that part of the job.
that's never easy.
No.
But the weight is lifted off of your conscience either way.
Let's go to this cave, I think.
Oh my god, did you see that she had a baby? Oh god. Honestly, that is just extremely sad and traumatic.
I'm
Your
shocked that you didn't
eyesight
speak
is
up in there,
amazing.
Hendrax.
How on earth will she provide for her child in this destitute fishing town.
I think if we save the town, it'll go a very big step.
Or the sea
towards
monster will come
helping.
back and it won't be an issue.
What is the point of saving the town if she cannot even afford the food to feed her baby?
How would you like to contribute, perhaps, then, Hendrix?
How could I contribute, my dear Celestia? Pockets ran off with all our money.
Yes, the bastard.
We literally have nothing because he stole it all and ran away.
Well, whatever did this to her husband, perhaps sometimes revenge can be the best medicine.
I'm a man of peace, but I will gladly and vicariously live through your furious fire of revenge.
Great. You know, we may not have money, but as you try and tell Pockets, it's not about the material goods.
Yes.
We have strength of mind and of body.
You have a really big mace.
And very sharp objects.
Exactly.
Well,
I think we should use them.
let's go and find the debris that killed that man.
My God.
Let's do that.
What? You said it. I was filing my nail. No, I didn't go down. I wasn't going to wet my feet in that beach. Didn't you notice I was up on the docks filing my nails?
Honestly,
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
notice. I
quite
didn't
quiet,
ask.
actually. That's why I could smell things so well. Because
My beautiful
you have a
perfumes.
smell,
Yes, I
it,
know.
it interferes
The
a little
lapping
bit. I
oils
think I
of
have
the church.
allergies.
Okay, well, he didn't die by debris, unfortunately. Okay, there were other.
Oh my
right outside
God.
the house.
He needs to know. Okay, we tell him later. Let's go.
Well, let's go deal with it.
Onwards then. Let's see if there's anything in this cave.
And you journey down the coastline, following it tightly, until you find the scrabbly pile of rocks that were described to you. And you can shuffle down, sort of scoot on your butt a little bit down into the grotto. And once in there, you find yourself in a lovely environment that doesn't show up.
It's pitch black in here.
Good.
Pitch black.
I can't see anything.
Oh no.
Yes. So, what would you like to do? As you get down to the grotto, can I get someone to make an acuity? You pick the other one, check. Acuity,
I
wisdom.
will
Acuity,
gladly
wisdom.
do acuity.
Acuity, wisdom.
Sure, go for it. We will let.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Are we?
Yeah. We're good.
Can we see the dice cam?
Probably. Oh no! Don't press button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't press the button.
There you go.
Secrets coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Acuity wisdom, you said?
That. There you go. Acuity, wisdom. Yes.
Challenge rating?
Challenge rating 2.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
3.
3 successes.
3 successes.
You hear a foul, like deep breathing and panting, snarling sound from inside the grotto.
Are you breathing heavy?
Look, it's slippery, okay? Why?
I don't think you snarl, though. I can hear snarling and heavy panting.
I haven't snarled since Pockets was here.
That is a good observation. Okay. We must have our wits about us. Be careful. And quiet.
Okay.
You're going to attempt to approach stealthily?
Celestia draws her sword and proceeds.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Can I get all of you
Stealthy.
to explain to me how you'd like to do that?
I'm going to.
This is a pretty direct check, so we're just going to go stealth. But if you'd like me to flavor the other half of it,
I'm going to hike up my robe slightly so I can all the better Sylvester the cat creep across. Oh my god.
all right. So with a Sylvester the cat creep, we're going to go stealth, and
sound effect coming from?
we're just going to double down with finesse,
Finesse, yep. All right.
coordination, and stealth.
All right.
And the third piece of the puzzle,
And what?
chocolate.
What
Oh my god.
Challenge rating.
difficulty rating would that be?
3.
I have bad news, everyone.
You don't have 3.
I'm gonna do it anyway. 2 6s. Curses.
Oh,
Oh no.
Do you want us to still roll ours, or did we just?
Yeah, it's a group check.
I hope I am not
Okay.
carrying
That's
the
one
party
fail.
with that.
Can I do agility with it to leap from rock?
You can
to
do
rock?
reflexes because you're directly
Okay,
sneaking.
yep.
We will say you have to use stealth, but
Yep.
if you're going for more of that approach, we'll go reflexes.
Reflexes with stealth. Cool.
Not my finest work.
2 successes.
And Celestia.
I will take the same approach using reflexes and stealth.
Yeah, I can't reach.
True. You know, what's the definition of madness? Repeating the same thing and hoping it'll change.
We all think we're being so sneaky.
The party sneaks down into the grotto.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and Bozo over here.
And almost simultaneously, Katori and Celestia sort of crouch down into pounces and leap, trying to go from rock to rock and avoid the suckling of the sound because Oswald went straight into it, and you just hear the sound of wet suckling as his feet are squelching on the ground. The two, Celestia and Katori, attempt to go either side stealthily. Immediately upon jumping and landing their feet on the first rock, the wet, moss and sea-covered rock just slides from under their feet.
It's like MXC where they just go straight into the pool when they're trying to jump across the rock.
You just go and just
Yes.
slide straight off them and smack down into the sand and rocks like gravels in your back, like hermit crabs rolling around. And then with a snarl, the yellow glowing eyes of a lizardy sea creature snap forth in the grotto.
Okay.
As we enter combat,
I fear that wasn't me. I feel that I was quite apt there.
so your characters, you just put them somewhere around the water.
In the water.
Like the entrance over here.
In the first water tile. So you'd be in one water tile. Because you're all wet.
Yep.
Like
It
everyone's
will
in the
look.
first
It
one?
would have looked
Yeah.
really cool if we
Cool.
landed.
It would have been
Simultaneously.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
epic, but that's okay.
We can do some synchronized swimming instead.
How deep is the water?
All right.
Shallow here.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do we go camera?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We have a beast!
Spooky.
All right, combat time. So, the start of combat, you all get to make a lovely move. But first, the monster makes a move. And for this first turn, due to your horrible moving, you don't get to make a move. Basically, you're all spending your first turn getting up off the ground as it gets the drop on you due to your failed stealth check. And it is going to step forth into the ankle-deep water, striding towards you with a basic move. Heading straight towards the juice. Who would you describe as the most delicious looking of the party?
Oswald, 100%.
Oswald has
No
pulled
way.
his robes up and
Nah.
his thighs are showing. His
It
meaty,
depends
juicy
how high up
thighs.
the rope goes. I don't think it was that high, therefore it was just ankles.
It's just ankles. So who has the
probably
right
like
combination of marbled fat and muscle?
Probably, either
The
one of
beast.
us.
No, I am
You
like
two are pretty beefy.
Yeah.
people. Yeah, do people
Let's
eat
see.
foxes?
I'm going to randomly roll between
Yeah,
you two.
that's fine.
1, 2, and 3 at Celestia.
The die decided to die.
Or do they really
5,
like
6,
smells
Katori.
and go straight for Hendrix?
I am the juiciest looking. That is officially canon.
It moves towards Katori. Okay.
You realize that move was exactly. I'm over there.
It was kind of equidistant. 'cause
Yeah, it
couldn't have-
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, next up, you declare your actions. It goes first, though, because it's a monster.
I have a question. All this weapon damage stuff, that's not going to affect a monster, which doesn't have a weapon.
No, that's on your weapon damage.
I see.
Yeah. So you do less damage if you use that ability because it has other effects on it.
This makes sense. Okay.
All right, the monster is going to use its activation, which is a prowling advance, which allows it to move an extra turn and make a defensive roll. So it's basically cautiously approaching. But but it doesn't get to do damage this turn. What are you all doing?
I'm going to do a cautious attack once it
Cool.
gets close.
Cautious attack?
Or I'll move to it.
I haven't fallen over yet, so I'm going to try and help Celestia by warding off the monster. And I'm going to use Crushing Force, a bit of spell casting.
Okay.
What does Crushing Force do, if you don't want me asking? So then.
It just does damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it costs spirit, right?
Yes. It is a 1-cost spell.
So you can move and then attack, is that correct?
You guys didn't get to move this turn
Because we were getting
because
up.
you were getting
Like
up
an
in the
Oh, we
mud.
were knocked in our bum bums.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Can you give me one more dice, please?
One
Just
more.
a D6.
Yeah. Thank you.
Or a gigantic D20.
I'm good.
I'm going to use blocking stance.
Okay.
To put up my shield while I get up.
All right.
All right.
So, Murray, if you could move the monster one step closer, but getting into combat because actually, no, it's going for Katori. So, no, it's going to, move to there. Cool. And now none of you declared an action that allowed you to move. So, you all go still. You all sit put and stay put. No one is able to fight except for Oswald, who, what does your ability, I believe, costs power. Is that correct?
Yes, it costs a 1 spirit.
And you are looking to beat 4 dice. That is the defensive roll that this
Ouch.
beast rolled.
All right.
How many dice do you get?
I get. Was it? Quick refresher. It was the training plus.
It's training plus the skill of the weapon, which for you is wisdom,
Wisdom,
I believe.
Wisdom or intelligence is a
They're
wisdom.
the same for you, right?
It's the same roll. Yes.
Staff is wisdom.
Okay. Yep. So it'll be
Book,
6.
funnily enough, book is intelligence. Staff is wisdom.
Okay. All right. So I have a total of 6 plus 1 from Crushing Force.
So 7.
Swap the camera. There we go. And I will gesture viciously at the monster and get a 3.
So your force applies towards it, this sort of energy that comes in and compresses against the creature. But he's almost like Quicksilver, moving so quickly in the dank underlight that your spell misses and doesn't catch on to the right area. And there's a splash of water as the force projects into the grotto rather than the beast.
He's not deaf, debugger.
And then we go to the next round. So, movement phase. It moves first. It is going to move 1 step closer to Katori, but nobody else. So if you can move it 1 step in the way. Yep, cool.
I would like to move closer to it.
Okay.
Of it.
Can I move 1 adjacent?
So now that you're adjacent, you don't get a free move.
Okay, gotcha. What is the mace skill that it uses?
So your strength.
My strength.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oswald,
You moving?
are you moving?
Nope. I'm going to
Stay put.
Stay put.
All right. So declaration.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is going to use its savage talons to attack. And this is a vicious attack that has a nasty armor pierce on it.
Yuck.
What are you doing? Now you say what you're doing.
Now we announce. I would like to announce.
Yeah. This is a melee attack.
That's right. I'm going to, because clearly this was the issue, I'm going to strike a firmer stance on the wet terrain and level my staff. As Crushing Force was more of a gesture, I'm going to level my staff and use Energy Blast.
Oh, okay.
I would like to use.
Does the terrain give disadvantage? No, it's more of just a aesthetic thing at this point.
Staggering
There will
blow.
be things like that, yeah.
Yeah.
We just haven't got to it yet.
TBA.
Building a game from the ground up is a big process.
I would like to use staggering
Blow. Okay, Celestia.
I'm going to use vicious riposte.
Okay.
That one?
And that uses power, so make sure you mark off your power expenditure. All right, I will roll the Beasties roll first. Now, this is a single target attack, and it will be targeting Katori.
No.
And it will act as a defensive roll against everyone else. It only got 2 successes, though. So, everyone else roll your combat rolls. You only need to beat 2.
Excellent.
So I add this to my dice pool.
That's right, yep.
Cool.
All right. Oh, as it closes in, I will let off my blast with 6 dice. And gets 3.
All right, that will succeed. How much damage do you do?
No bonus, so just
The 3
flat
of your
3.
staff at range. Okay, so you deal 3 damage. However, the natural thick scaled hide of this weird sort of... It's an aquatic creature. It's kind of reptilian, but it is more resembling one of those really old fish. The like prehistoric fish. It was like a murloc, but prehistoric fish. And it has seems to have kind of a very thick hide, so it reduces your damage by 1 with a natural defense of 1.
Does
So
it
it takes 2
smell
damage.
really
Yeah.
bad?
It smells real bad.
Yeah.
Nasty.
It's going to start smelling worse as we start burning it.
So who's next?
Sugar?
Yeah.
You can all roll like pretty much simultaneously. I mean, or one by one, but you can just flow through it pretty smoothly. Katori, 4 dice. Oh, you have more dice than 4 dice.
Really?
So you have your blunt weapon skill,
Which is like 3.
which is 3
I
plus
thought it
your
was just my strength.
No, it's
No, no,
blunt
no.
and strength.
Hey.
All things are 2 things.
So I've put a plus next to my training, so then I know it's the plus, and then that's what I roll.
So,
So it should be 6 dice, I
I've
think.
already got 2 successes.
So you roll.
Well, because this has a +1.
So 7 dice, yeah.
Oh no.
Do that one again.
Well,
Yeah,
you've
it's a
got 3,
success
so you
there.
definitely hit already.
Yeah.
So what does your effect do? -2 weapon damage.
It does, yeah, so I only do 1 damage.
Which is now no damage because it has...
because of its armor.
Yeah.
But it suffers -2 to its dice pool in the next round of combat.
So you basically
Hey,
smack it. Katori smacks it over the head and it dazes it. Its head shakes.
Stay
its
back.
eyes look unfocused.
Beast!
And Celestia,
Whoa.
4 successes.
So
Ooh, Vicious Riposte is a vicious card. Tell us what it does.
I apply additional damage based on the number of successes you scored more than your target.
Okay, which
So-
you beat it by 2. Does it say
Oh, 2 to 3, right. 2 to 3 is +1 damage.
2 to 3 is +1 damage?
Yeah,
And
correct.
what's...
+4 is +2 damage. That's all it says.
Oh, so if you beat it by more than 4, you get +2 damage.
Correct.
If you beat it by 2 to 3,
It's
you
1.
get +1.
Yep.
So you do 4 damage.
Yes.
So you do 3. Your sword just slides in between some scales and pulls out, and the beast looks wounded. Oh,
Nice.
it's still standing though. And then we go to next round of combat. It's staying put, and it is attacking with its vicious claws against Katori again, but it looks, it's looking dazed, confused, and injured.
Did it hit me last time?
It did not. You beast bested it, so you don't take damage.
Ha!
Nice.
You
Firm
basically
ground
parried it
is
and then
the key.
smacked it in the head.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to move onto
Dry land.
and I will
So-
use energy blast.
What is the range of Energy Blast?
Short, medium, and long.
Okay, so you have adjacent is 1, short is 2, 3, 4. So it's in long range. Just so you know, that is your maximum range because you don't have long plus.
Oh, I see. It's every hex square, is it?
Yeah, and then if it adds plus, it's basically effectively infinite
Okay.
because you're never going to have a field that's like 100 hexes.
That's good
So
to know. Last I was aware, long was like
Now there's long plus, and long plus is
long plus.
so magic
Long boy.
specifically, like the basic magic spells, they're kind of like quote unquote medium range because the energy dissipates, whereas like a longbow is long plus. So it kind of separates ranged mages from they're more potent but medium range sort of thing potentially, more tricksy.
so yes, it was my stance and the firm ground. Therefore, I'm going to stay with energy blast.
Well, its vicious claws are coming out. What are you all doing with your attacks?
I'm going to do the same thing again.
Vicious riposte again?
Reckless attack.
Hell yeah!
I'm angry. It tried to hit
Oswald.
me.
Play same again. It attacks with its claws, and it gets, this time, 3 successes going towards Katori.
Oh no.
Katori. It's trying to find that weak point in Katori's armor.
I'm not weak.
So you have neg 1 dice on this one.
I do.
So you have 5 dice.
I do.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, 1 success.
Oh, that's not good.
sounds-
Brutal.
That's not good.
Okay. So who's next?
I'll go.
Oswald.
Seeing Katori take a hit, I'll immediately cast Energy Ball. Energy Blast.
And 4 successes.
Hey.
Your blast will take effect.
Katori lets out
Celestia.
like a little
That'll
fox
teach it.
yelp. Like when you accidentally step on an
So
animal's
that's it.
tail.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Oh!
4 successes as well.
Yeah, and then the damage as well.
Well, you don't get the bonus damage because it's only 1 additional success, right? It got 3.
Oh, we got 3. Then yeah, correct.
So, because this all happens simultaneously, the creature lunges forward and finally finds a space to slide these sharp talon claws and grasp through Katori's armor. You feel talons pierce your side as they sort of tear little ragged chunks in you, but they don't go too deep thanks to the armor you're wearing. However, the pierce on this attack means that you will take 2 damage from this creature. But then...
did you take -2 to the dice pool?
Yes, I did. Only rolled 5 dice. I rolled quite well on 5 dice. You take 2 damage, but then as the claws are in you, you feel the beast go limp and a blade pierces through its side from Celestia at the same time as an energy blast basically throws it spiraling. Celestia's strong grip holding her blade firm means that the beast spiraling away, the sword basically slices through the side of its body as the force of Oswald's blast shoots it across the wall, sending a rain of gibbets and blood filling the grotto as the murderer, you see the murderer, this foul creature that had washed ashore, is dispatched.
Oh, get its claws out of me.
And looking around the grotto, you see it had been nesting almost, collecting things from along the shore. And there is a chest, small chest on the other side of the grotto around some random junk that is loosely held shut with an old latch but no lock.
If only Pockets could see this.
No, I'm glad
Let's
that he's
not
not here.
tell him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I would like to look for a blue flower.
There are several
I
floating
will
in the
pick a
water.
blue flower.
Okay, pick a blue flower.
I go open the chest.
You flip open the chest, and inside you see the sparkling gleam of gold coins amongst some cups and rusted things that have been collected from the ocean floor.
Well, there you go.
Finally, some money.
We can pay for something.
Well,
Wow, look at that treasure. That, based on my estimation, looks like enough money to support someone with a modest lifestyle for a year or 2 if they ever needed to get back onto their feet.
What if they had a baby?
I'm sure that a babe, a newborn, supping on mother's milk would not put undue strain on that gold, for baby formula doesn't exist in this world. As long as the mother is healthy and well and supported, I'm sure a baby, a hypothetical baby, would do fine. And this would be almost exactly the correct amount of money to set someone's life back on the right track.
I'm glad you have such keen senses for the money. Thanks for the help against the monster.
It would be the correct thing to do with this money.
And Hendrax puts his hands upon Katori.
I appreciate your sincere thank you.
And then purple energy envelops you and your wounds knit closed as he magically heals you and restores your health.
As you know, my friend, I've taken a vow of pacifism, but I will always be here to pick up the pieces and make sure you are safe.
can I get some of that too? That would be
It
fantastic.
felt really nice.
Celestia, I didn't know you were injured, my dear.
Yes, in a previous battle, I am now down to what you would consider 5 health instead of 6. No one seemed to care last time. I forgot that you were a healer. It's fine.
Why didn't you tell me, Celestia?
I kind of forgot that you do the healing thing.
It is-
You don't really do that much. It
is-
He's very good at healing.
You are
It
such
felt
a
really nice.
you are such a consummate fighter, Celestia, and such a stoic and powerful hero that I didn't even know you were injured.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I can probably just sleep it off, to be quite honest. I think that maybe we stop here for the night if they've got.
Not
any-
in the cave.
No,
it
no,
smells
no.
so bad.
Perhaps you will take your newfound treasure to the tavern, drink up, and have a big party.
You're not going to join
I
us.
think the gold maybe should be shared.
I'll take pockets share.
What will you do with this treasure, my friends?
Is it just gold?
Golden cups and stuff like that.
I think we take your suggestion on board, but
I didn't suggest anything. I merely stated the economic facts that became presently known to me when we opened this chest.
of course, and it's safe to say this probably got stolen from the people in this town too. But I do think that we deserve a little bit of a reward, just a tiny one.
I would like to add to my fund for my farm.
Of course, of course.
Also, we do need the funds to eat, but I feel if we were to give it back to the people, they would probably put us up for a meal.
This is true.
I agree.
So which is it,
Perks
my
of
friends?
Adventuring.
Unbridled heroism, self-sacrifice and giving, or will you be treasure hoarders seeking glory and gold?
We are not pockets, right?
Yeah,
That's why he's not here.
We don't want to.
I propose that we give it back to the people, perhaps a bit of a ratio more going to the poor widow.
Yes,
But
I think we
mostly-
should keep a little coin pouch aside, right?
Yes,
For
but
her.
return it to
Yes.
the people, and then make sure we tell Pockets exactly what we did later. It'll be great.
That is a really good idea.
All right, I think we are in agreement.
I love it. Let's go back and share the goods with the town. Reunite that poor mother with enough wealth to set her on a good path. Have a hearty meal, a good old time in the tavern, and tell them the little night stalker that was terrorizing them recently is gone. And then we can set upon our journey.
I'd say this was a pretty successful quest of sites. Let's go reap the rewards.
All right, guys, that is absolutely how you're meant to do it. Heroes heroic, right?
It feels
We
pretty
did
good.
it. Okay.
Yeah, you killed the beast. Actually,
Hell
I
yeah.
kind of like, Callum.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
He points at the clock. Sorry, I had to kind of wrap that one up. Yeah, it all went great, but Dad said
where are you
Dad said
going?
we needed to be home by like 10.
Oh, dude.
Well, I needed to be home. You're allowed to stay over, right?
I mean, yeah, Dad doesn't really mind that much if
Yeah.
I'm.
And
With Melvin,
Malvin's
yeah,
parents
but-
didn't seem to mind. They knew that you were here.
But it's cool. Look, I'll come with you. I can cover for you. You just say I was chatting or I was
Well,
stuck.
I think you're allowed to stay. I guess I gotta go.
Because
Are you sure?
your dad said. Yeah.
Yeah, because my dad can be heavy-handed. I'm gonna head out.
Okay. We should do this again sometime.
Well, we're on holidays, so you're staying over. When are you?
I mean, you can persuade
Wait.
your parents to do more than one date night, right? They seem to love it. And hey,
You're
I'm
asking
free.
a lot of me.
I'm
like,
free,
honestly.
and I will volunteer. And
We just fought a giant slimy fish man.
yeah, and I got
But
stabbed.
you at least do this.
I got stabbed.
This is. It'll take all my acting skills to convince my parents that I want them to do
I
this.
believe you can do it.
Okay.
So
Good on you, Melvin.
This should really just communicate how cool this was, Dylan. I'll do this if we can keep playing.
you want your parents to have another day night? I mean, I was just gonna suggest that you come over to our house. But
Yeah.
we could do that. The day night's funnier. Do the day night.
Funny. You didn't have to tell him that.
Well, maybe the next time.
I do have a
Meg,
sense of humor. Just saying.
Meg, you want to play again, like voluntarily, without being paid to look after this kid?
I just accepted the ultimate torture and I didn't have to.
I said I had fun.
Oh, whoops. All right.
Yes, I do. We gotta go get our celebration from the town, right? we did the hero thing. Now we gotta go celebrate.
Have fun tonight, Callum. You can look at my minis and stuff. Just bring them home tomorrow.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Also,
Do we get to?
you all get experience.
Oh,
sweet.
heck yeah.
You played really well tonight, so you get 2 each.
Yes.
Wow, it's kind
Here,
of rewarding just being told you get experience, not someone asking for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, low blow. Low blow.
Also, you all you're gonna get to rest in the tavern, so it's a healthy sleep, so you can restore your hit points, and also
Heck
you
yeah.
get back 1. You get to pick either a nat or a knack or a grit, and you get 1 back.
Cool.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say you.
Oh, and you get 1 spirit back too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
all of it. Sorry, all of it.
The resource you spend, the spirit.
All spirit. Yeah.
And
Cool.
thank you for this, and I'll give you the Katori figure.
Oh, no, you can keep that if you want to play with it.
I can hold on to this.
I mean, you can have it. I made it for Katori, so
Okay,
only fitting Katori has it.
so I'll bring it next time.
So you gotta go, right, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you at home.
Yeah, see you at home. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
And he rushes out looking at the clock. It's 4 minutes to 10.
We'll clean everything up, I guess.
Sweet.
And, what?
I was gonna say, just pass me the notes. I wanna read some of this. It's cool.
You know what else I want to read?
Exists.
Patron names. Thank you, everyone, for watching episode 6 of Call to Quest. That was a thing. We fought a monster. We're getting there. We're learning. We're playing. The kids are learning and playing. We're learning and playing Gateway. And everyone's
enjoying it. And you're
having
learning
a little time. Yeah, and
along
maybe you
the
are learning the
way.
game as well. If you want to know more about Gateway Roleplay, of course, you can check out our Patreon where we do updates for that. It's a little bit on semi-hiatus in the updates while Jazza is away, but we are still working on it. It's just we do a weekly vlog for a certain tier of patrons, which obviously
There is
we
a video
can't
up
do when there's no Jazza.
as well. If
video.
you want to see
Yeah.
some more about the game, the gameplay.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks, patrons, for scrolling along the screen.
Yes, thanks for tuning in. YouTube worked. It was amazing. How about
Yes, a miracle. And we'll see you all next week or you'll hear us next week in your ears if you podcast, on YouTube if you watch.
that? Yes, or very soon if you're
Maybe
past
you
the
won't
after
see
party.
us if we have more tech issues. But
Uh-oh. Please no.
Tech issues, that has never